So in coming here, preparing to come here, moments before coming here, Marshall came to me and said, I have something I would like you to bring to our community, and ask them if they would do this process. And I said, okay. And so Marshall would like us to take a few minutes, and we can begin this process here together and take it forward with us. Yeah. Okay. So this is coming directly from Marshall. He said, let us take a few moments to look into our past for the evidence of knowledge at work. Get centered and turn your mind inward. Let other thoughts be set aside for a few minutes. Be as present as you can. Now, recall those times when you experienced what seemed like knowledge moving you to do something, or of knowledge holding you back. Recall those times, perhaps a time, when you experienced what seemed like knowledge moving you to do something, or of knowledge holding you back. If something comes to mind, remember the circumstances surrounding this experience or these experiences. Was this circumstance regarding a decision to be made or something else? Recall what the feeling of movement and pressure felt like. Did you feel this in your mind? In your body? Did you feel it emotionally, as an emotion? Did it come with an image or something else, some other feeling that may have accompanied it? So recall what the feeling of movement or pressure felt like. Recall the entire experience and whether you followed this movement or pressure. No self-judgment here. You only want to know the reality of your experience. Recall the consequence of this experience and what you did. Recall the consequence of this experience and what you did. How did you view it at that time? And how do you see this today? How did you view it at that time? And how do you see this today? Marshall recommends that we repeat this process at home and write down what happened. You may not remember each specific step, but the overall impression, I think you understand. He recommends keeping interpretation out of it. He writes, just remember the experience and what happened as a result. Keep this writing in an important place, like a study journal that you can refer to. Keep this study to yourself for a while. To keep other people's views and interpretations out of it. Add details to these recollections as they come to mind. Try to determine and remember what the experience of feeling moved or directed felt like, and how it stood out in your experience, so that you can recognize this when it happens again. And he says, use your past, no matter how painful it might be, to capture these kinds of experiences. This is part of being a student of knowledge. Know what it feels like when knowledge is moving you and the ways that knowledge speaks to you. And he adds, why is this meaningful? Yeah. He said, we hold vigil to observe the importance of the new message from God and steps to knowledge coming into our life. And we hold this vigil also to remember and consider the experiences of knowledge we have had. How we responded to those experiences and the consequences of those experiences. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you, Marshall. Wonderful. Thank you.